It's time for At Home with the RubberDucks, powered by First Energy. 640 WHLO gets you closer to your hometown team with stories of the game and updates from the season ahead.
Line to left center, that's a base hit and a game winner for the Akron RubberDucks.
Akron RubberDucks baseball, affordable family fun.
High drive to right, that's well hit, back, that ball is gone, it's a home run.
Here's your hosts, Marco Lanave and Jim Clark.
Welcome into our Father's Day edition of At Home with the RubberDucks. Marco Lanave, pleased to be joined by a man we definitely want to wish a happy Father's Day. Jim Clark, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, Marco. Nothing better than dads in baseball. Maybe one of these Sundays, we could say it's Father's Day again and had baseball.
Well, the good news we have this week is that baseball is back at Canal Park in terms of some amateur games that are happening. We'll share as part of our show this weekend with Sam Dankoff and Roy Jacobs joining us about how that is taking place. Also, we'll go back to our conversation with Nolan Jones. And Jim, that was so much fun, as we mentioned before.
Well, Nolan's a treat, and I'm sure he's happy. He's spending Father's Day with his family, so good for Nolan Jones right now.
It's a great day to be with family. We're glad that you are spending part of your Father's Day with us. And we also want to remind all of you that you can still take advantage of the special for At Home with the RubberDucks listeners in the RubberDucks online team shop. Go to akronrubberducks.com. Use the promo code RADIO, and you can get 20% off all baseball caps in the RubberDucks online team store. And we also want to invite you still to donate to the Akron Cares program. That's available at akronrubberducks.com. You get a couple of tickets as part of your donation to the Akron Summit County COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund through the United Way of Summit County and the city of Akron, Ohio. But let's talk some baseball. Well, this week on At Home with the RubberDucks, I'm Marco Lanave, pleased to be joined by a couple of gentlemen who have been hard at work the last couple of weeks at Canal Park. We've got Sam Dankoff. He is the Director of Premium Experience at Canal Park. And also Roy Jacobs. He's the Senior Manager of Amateur Baseball Development and Group Sales and Service at Canal Park. And they have both played huge roles in getting Canal Park back up and running to some degree, even starting to host events. So, Sam, I want to start with you. Where are we at in Canal Park sort of reopening, so to speak?
Well, Marco, thanks so much for the opportunity. And as you said, we're just absolutely thrilled to be able to welcome fans in the community back, albeit in a limited capacity, back to Canal Park. And we're excited that we've partnered with a couple of local baseball tournaments over the past couple weekends, and also the next few weekends, in being able to offer, again, a unique experience for both players and fans, but also an opportunity that so many of these players get to play on the most premier field in Northeast Ohio, and we just couldn't be more excited to welcome everyone.
Roy, I'll bring you in here. You, of course, are familiar with the local baseball scene. Who is it that has come out to Canal Park so far to play in these games?
So we've actually had a decent amount of local travel teams, I should say, and then out-of-state ones. We've had teams from Buffalo, New York, to Michigan, and all over. But we've had our share of baseball out here this past week.
And Sam, in terms of just the whole facility coming to life again, what are the new measures in place, sort of from a big picture perspective, to make sure that these are done safely?
Well, I think you hit it right there, Marco. Like, safety is the most important part of our plan and the topic that we've spent the far majority of the time working to execute. And so we're excited to be able to sort of work through some of these changes with our guests, and we ask for their help and commitment in making sure that this is a safe environment. So everything from, asking guests from the moment they walk into Canal Park to be wearing a face mask, to a socially distanced seating chart that we've implemented that really is just in place to keep all of our guests safe. And that's the most important part, as we all sort of work through this new normal and look for creative ways to be able to program the ballpark. But I think we've just had a really exceptional response from those that have joined us. And they've been very appreciative and certainly cooperative in doing what we've asked them to do. But it is, a bit of a change for us. But, these are things that we have to have, and these are safety measures that we have to have in place so that, we can continue to offer Canal Park, this beautiful venue, to different community partners and tournaments and whatnot to be able to be used.
Of course, you mentioned baseball games happening. Are there other events that are taking place or being thought of as well?
Absolutely, yeah. So, the team is hard at work all the time, and we field requests both from partners and, community leaders and just kind of gauging interest for how we can use Canal Park in a unique way. I think that we're in a time where, maybe last year a venue that was a 300-person capacity venue may have made sense for an event, but now with the social distancing requirements, a firm may need to look to a larger venue, and that's when Canal Park comes into play. And, we're able to offer just this absolutely beautiful outdoor venue and certainly the largest in the downtown area, and being able to use it creatively. But we're looking forward to doing a 4th of July celebration. We're looking forward to any opportunity, really, just to be able to welcome fans and guests, back here safely. So there's all kinds of things that we continue to look at on a daily basis.
And Sam, for those who are coming to games or thinking about coming out to an event here in the next couple of weeks, you mentioned the face covering, you mentioned the social distance. Anything else that people should sort of prepare themselves for? I mean, will they be able to get food at the ballpark and that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Our food and beverage team is top notch, and we have concessions offerings, of course, all done in a very safe way, and we have a call-in ordering implemented as well, where a guest can call in from their seat, place an order, and then come pick it up. Preventing them from having to stand in line. It's really remarkable how our team has really revolutionized the experience, and have done it just in the name of safety again. And we want to be able to continue to have these events and work with our community, but most of all, keeping it safe.
And Roy, of course, with these baseball teams coming in and playing games, again, it is the good old game of baseball that we remember, but how is the game and the setup for the teams being adapted to make sure everybody's safe?
That's a great question, Marco. Actually, we've implemented a lot of stuff on field too. Me being kind of the field general out there, making sure everyone's following all guidelines. For example, there's no spitting during a game, sunflower seeds or gum. We ask that they try to keep a 6-foot distance, and we do the imaginary high fives, fist pumps, and all that good stuff. We try to keep the teams separated as far as we can, and safety is our biggest key when we're on the field.
And I'll just add, this is a great partnership between us and the Ohio Department of Health and the Summit County Health Department, and just really finding ways that again, keep everyone safe. And, again, everyone's been incredibly cooperative and appreciative, so far. And we expect that to continue. And, but it's a new normal. And I think that we're having to all, change our habits, sometimes on the fly. And it's been a learning experience, but I'm just thrilled to be able to welcome, folks back here.
And for folks that are excited about what they're hearing, that Canal Park can now be a space to host an event or to come play baseball, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you two and start thinking about what might be possible?
I think the best thing to do would be for guests to just call into the ballpark, 330-253-5151. Our team will be happy to assist. Of course, if you're interested in looking at potentially bringing your team and booking a field date, we'll happily provide our options and what we can do for you. But we just couldn't be more excited again to have baseball here at Canal Park, and look forward to a bunch of fun coming up the rest of the summer.
That was Sam Dankoff, the Akron RubberDucks Director of Premium Experience, along with Roy Jacobs, the Senior Manager of Amateur Baseball Development and Group Sales and Service for the RubberDucks, and we'll visit with him again later in the show. This portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Ambridge Hospitality, Fairfield Inn and Suites, and the Courtyard by Marriott Akron Fairlawn, all partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. Coming up is the conversation with 2019 RubberDucks third baseman Nolan Jones.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable. We're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
This is RubberDucks broadcaster Marco Lanave. When people ask me who's the number one pick for print and copy solutions in the Akron area, I tell them Meritech, the pride of the RubberDucks for the past 9 years. Meritech's roster also includes IT consulting, cloud voice and data services for a powerhouse lineup to reduce risk, control costs, and increase productivity. So call Team Meritech today and tell them the RubberDucks sent you. Meritech Technology to empower your business.
Exceptional care means having access to world-class physicians and services. That's the care Cleveland Clinic Akron General provides to Akron and the surrounding communities. Whether it's primary care or specialized services, we put your needs first with care that is comprehensive and, best of all, close to home. Cleveland Clinic Akron General is committed to the community and your health. To learn more about our services close to you, visit akrongeneral.org.
KeyBank makes it easy to manage your money anytime, anywhere.
I am crushed for time.
KeyBank can help.
How? And how soon?
You have a smartphone?
I have to. It keeps me organized.
Download the KeyBank mobile app and then use your phone to deposit checks on the go, transfer money, even pay bills automatically.
Awesome.
Indeed. Learn how you can make even more financial progress when you use the Red Key. Only at KeyBank. Visit key.com or your local branch. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
For a lawn that looks as good as Canal Park, depend on Grassmaster. They're a locally owned and operated full-service lawn and landscape company. The development of a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape requires a great deal of time and hard work. It's Grassmaster's commitment to providing the necessary ingredients of knowledge and treatment materials to develop a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape. By choosing Grassmaster as your lawn and landscape company, you are assuring that your investment is protected and will grow in value year after year. Visit thegrassmaster.com.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs Medina help you using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, fleet graphics, mobile marketing, health and safety communications, and so much more. Give Fast Signs Medina your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs Medina. More than fast, more than signs, more than ready to help you grow your business. Call today and say Go Ducks for your discount.
This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line. Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Precious Cargo Trailways and Moe's Southwest Grill, both part of our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Now, here is the conversation Jim Clark and I had with Cleveland Indians prospect Nolan Jones. And Nolan, you mentioned sort of the influence of your family. Tell us about how sports was big for you and your family growing up.
Sports have been all of our lives, really. We're very blessed to have an extremely athletic family. My brother is now 24. He is a goaltender in the Colorado Avalanche organization. He and I had a very extremely competitive relationship growing up, where he was the goaltender and I was a forward in ice hockey. We were able to go in our basement. Our basement, until this recent year, has been a concrete floor, and we were always playing roller hockey down there with him in net and me shooting on him. And then in our backyard, like I said earlier, we had a batting cage. So there was always competition for him and I We were always able to push each other. My younger sister is an extremely good athlete. She is committed to play softball at Penn State University starting next year. And then my younger brother, who is the best athlete in the family, actually, he is a baseball player and a hockey player. He's a sophomore in high school. So, I mean, he doesn't exactly have as much of a competition around the house anymore because my brother and I are both off doing our own sports. But he's the best athlete in the family by far. So I'm excited to see what he's got in store for us.
Was your brother signed in the NHL?
So he actually just graduated Penn State online last month. He finished his senior year at Penn State. His season was cut short. He had a really good team up there. It's pretty sad. They had a good chance at a national championship run this year. And at the end of the season, he got offered a contract with the Colorado Avalanche. So he signed a minor league contract with them.
From Melanie G, everybody hits a rut sometimes in baseball. How do you mentally get out of that?
That's a tough question. I don't think there's a right answer or a wrong answer. For me, it's trusting myself, trusting the work that I put in every single day. A lot of times when things aren't going well, it's very easy to say, okay, what I'm doing in the cage isn't right. What I'm doing in my ground ball work isn't right because I have 3 errors in the last 3 games. But I think trusting your work, first of all, putting in the work, and then if you're putting in the work and the right work, trusting it and knowing that it's human and it's normal for things not to go right. There's not a sport that you can fail 70% of the time and be great. Like, it is very human in this sport for things not to go right. I mean, I'm still not good at handling failure. I don't think anybody is ever good at handling failure, but just trusting all the work that you put in every single day. And when I go out, I can't think about what I did my last at-bat or what I want to do this at-bat. It's going out and it's just trusting all the work I've done, putting my nose down and clearing my mind and not worrying about if I was 0 for 30 or 30 for 30, but just focusing on the next pitch. And that's something that I try to do, and I think I've definitely gotten better at, but I'm still trying to work on it as well.
And one thing playing third base, you can't take that out to the field because you're in the hot corner.
Yeah, I actually had to learn that the hard way as well. Shortstop, I definitely think you're more involved, but you also have a little bit more time to react to things hit at you. Third base is a tough position where if you're not paying attention or you're not ready for a pitch, something's probably going to get hit by you if it's hit towards you. So I had to learn the tough way that you got to be locked in and ready for the ball to be hit to you every single pitch of every single game, and that's not an easy thing to do. So it's something that I'm still learning on and I'm still working on. I still, every spring training, go in and Travis Fryman and John McDonald critique my pre-pitch routine, and we're changing stuff all the time to have me more prepared and stuff like that. But I definitely think that if I were to bring my at-bat into the field with me, it would not be good for my team or the pitcher on the mound. He would not like me that day.
All right, this one was submitted by the Akron RubberDucks mascots. They want to know, what is your favorite jersey, RubberDucks jersey, to wear?
Oh, thanks, mascots. I like the question. So actually, my favorite jersey this year was the Browns jersey we wore. I thought that was one of the coolest jerseys I've ever worn in the minor leagues. Like, the team going in the all-white socks, that was a sweet jersey setup. That was my favorite special jersey. But I think the white-on-white at home is my favorite combo no matter what. With the names on the back of the jersey, those are definitely my favorite home everyday jerseys.
Now, this is big news. A Pennsylvania guy likes a Browns jersey. I love that.
I'm not going to tell you I'm a Browns fan. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you right now. Though we looked pretty cool in those jerseys, I got to say.
From Shannon Mayer, who's the one pitcher, past or present, you would love to face?
I mean, I'd have to say Nolan Ryan. I was named after him. So I would definitely say that it wouldn't be a fun at-bat at all. But I think I would have to say Nolan Ryan and let him know I'm named after him and getting that bat off him.
Now, Nolan, since you've become a professional, or maybe even before you were a professional, have you ever met someone that you really were sort of starstruck or in awe of somebody?
Yeah, so I actually had an opportunity to go when I was in high school to the Perfect Game All-American game, and we got to go to the game that night, the MLB game, and I think the Padres were playing the Reds, and I actually got to be on the field for batting practice, and I met Aroldis Chapman, and I think that was something that was like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm standing in front of this guy. But honestly, even the guys that play for the Indians, they're still like superstars to me. I mean, it was one of the coolest opportunities in the world to be in spring training this year with the big league club. I got to meet Francisco Lindor. I got to meet Jose Ramirez. I got to meet all those guys and be around those guys every day. And it's still really not real to me that I know them, they know my name, stuff like that. Like, they're figures that we look up to as superhuman as younger baseball players. I got the opportunity to play against Mike Trout and talk to him a little bit on third base this year in spring training. So, I mean, all those guys that are in the big leagues and where I want to be and who I want to be, they're still superheroes to me.
What did you learn watching Frankie and Jose in spring training?
It's a good question. I mean, so it was super cool when I got called up. Tito told me when I got called up to big league camp, he said, ask a million questions. He said, be annoying, ask a million questions, but learn from these guys, learn from everything they do. They're the best in the game for a reason. And I mean, he's right. They're the best in the game because they work the hardest, they work the right way, and they do things the right way. I mean, I think the coolest experience for me was the first day I got called up, Francisco Lindor walked straight over to me and shook my hand and introduced himself. And I mean, it's like, that guy is such a leader, and people follow him and look up to him because he is such a leader. And that is something that a leader does. So that was something so cool for me. And he obviously doesn't even realize that how much it meant to me that he came up and said hello to me. But it was such a cool experience to get to meet him and to learn from them. And I mean, there's a million things I could go on forever about what I learned from them in my 4 weeks or 3 weeks in big league camp, whatever it was. But that was something that really stuck out to me, how much of a leader he was.
How's your right thumb doing right now?
He's good.
No cast, all gone, everything A-okay with the surgery?
Everything's good. So I had a couple setbacks, obviously, throughout last year. Played in the fall league, and then I got the surgery. And ever since the surgery, it's been feeling really well. I've been in Arizona this entire offseason. It was probably one of the tougher off seasons for me. I'm a homebody, and I had to spend the entire offseason in Arizona. But talk about top-notch resources, top-notch people out there. Every single day I got the absolute best treatment, and those guys were awesome for me. And my hand feels 100%. I can't wait to start playing baseball again.
Is that the first injury that took you away from the game during the season?
I've had some smaller injuries. I got really lucky. I actually hurt my knee a couple years ago in instructional league at the end of the year, the last day of instructional league, so I didn't miss any baseball. But when I was younger, I actually suffered a lot of concussions. I had some serious brain injuries, and I had to miss some time from that. It actually forced me to stop playing ice hockey, so I had to miss time from that. But throughout professional baseball, the thumb is the first thing that's really set me back a little bit, injury-wise.
That was third baseman Nolan Jones, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Scene 75 Entertainment Center and Chick-fil-A, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. I'm Marco Lanave, and after the break, you'll hear more of Nolan Jones answering questions submitted by RubberDucks fans. That comes your way right after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy. This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Ruda going back. It's over his head. It's over the wall. The first Double-A home run for Oscar Gonzalez.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Suma Health and Melt Bar and Grilled, all in our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Jim Clark and I now continue with 2019 RubberDucks third baseman and current Indians prospect Nolan Jones answering the questions of RubberDucks fans. Tavin M. wants to know, how do you like signing autographs?
It's a good question. I like it. I really do. I mean, I think growing up, it was such a cool thing for me to get somebody that I was looking up to's autograph. I was never really like into the autograph scene, but it's so cool for me to be able to go over and sign somebody's thing and make their day. Like, to think that I have that ability is awesome, and I love being able to use that. I think there's a fine line between I'm happy signing and I'm making people happy, and I'm going to sell everything that you sign for me. So I think there is a difference, and it gets to be frustrating for us as players when we're walking to the field and you see the same faces standing outside the clubhouse waiting for you to sign, and you have to say no because you know that it's not with good intentions, that they want your signature. But I come out early every single day. I mean, I think anybody at the Akron Stadium would agree that I'm the last person off the field signing autographs every single day, and I try to be the first one out there every single day to sign. So I absolutely love signing and love that I can make somebody smile with a simple signature, but there is a fine line of when it can be like, can get frustrating for us.
What are your hobbies outside the game?
Good question. I think, I do a lot of different things. I try to stay busy. I like doing anything I can to stay active. I like throwing a football around. I like playing basketball in the driveway with my siblings. But more seriously, I've really started to get into golf. I really enjoy golfing. And I do have to admit that I am a video game guy. I definitely like playing video games. I was a serious Fortnite player, and I have to say that I was pretty good. But during the quarantine, I kind of got away from playing Fortnite. I had a lot of people living in a house with me and didn't really find time for Fortnite and kind of lost interest in it. So I still play Madden, but I think definitely golf. I love shooting hockey pucks, watching hockey, talking hockey with my brother and all that stuff. So I'm really a sports-oriented kind of guy.
Now, you were a center in hockey, correct?
I was. Way back.
If you were not playing baseball, what would you be doing?
Playing hockey.
Playing.
I think, yeah, no, I loved playing hockey growing up. I mean, hockey was honestly one of my favorite things in the world. And like I said, I had to stop playing due to concussions. I had some serious head injuries that kept me out of school for a long amount of time, and I struggled reading. My mom had to read me my books my sophomore year of high school, so I had a lot of problems with that. But I definitely, if I could do anything, I would do anything to play hockey.
What was your favorite team in sports when you were growing up? Baseball, football, basketball, hockey? What were your favorites?
So I've never been a basketball guy. I love shooting hoops. I love going to the gym playing basketball, but I cannot watch basketball. It's never something that caught my interest. But I have been a Philadelphia Flyers fan. I have been a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I was a Boston Red Sox fan growing up. Obviously, I jumped onto the David Ortiz scene pretty early. Manny Ramirez. I just fell in love with the Red Sox. And my dad never liked the Phillies, so I was pushed away from the Phillies pretty early. He was an Orioles fan. I didn't really love the Orioles, so I kind of jumped on the Boston Red Sox bandwagon pretty quick.
Looks like we're going to have a shortened season when we have it. Who has the advantage, hitters or pitchers?
Pitchers, because I'm a hitter. I think it depends on who you ask. I think either way, if we have a spring training, it's going to end up equaling itself out. Now, if I think spring training is shortened, definitely I think everyone would agree that I would have to say it's the pitchers that have an advantage. I think there's a lot more opportunity for them to have get realistic work in. I don't think a pitcher needs a real hitter to give 100% effort in a bullpen, make it as game-like as possible. As for a hitter, we don't really have that luxury. Even hitting off a machine, we can crank a machine up to 110 miles an hour, but it doesn't simulate the movement of the pitches. It doesn't simulate any of that. So I definitely think the advantage is in their favor because we don't have as many opportunities to get in the box off them.
What do you miss the most right now about the game?
All of it. Just being around the teammates, going to different places, meeting new people, winning game, doing things to help the team win, cuts on your knees, just stupid things. I never thought I'd be in this situation where I wasn't playing a baseball. So, it's been tough for me to mentally handle that this is normal for right now. We have to deal with this. But, I think overall, just everything about it, the teammates, the bus trips, you make so many memories throughout those things. So I miss all of it, and I cannot wait to get back.
Any pregame rituals, any superstitions you have?
I'm not a very superstitious person. I have pregame routines I do. I have things I do every day that I like to do to get my body feeling right. I think there is a huge difference between doing something every day and having it be that you have to do it every day. So for me, if I don't get in the hot tub one day, I'm not going out to the field thinking, oh my God, I'm going 0 for 4 because I didn't get in the hot tub. Where I have played with teammates that is the case. But I definitely have things that I do, and I have a routine when I go up to the plate. I tap the plate twice and I take a deep breath, try to reset my thoughts, refresh my mind, focus on what I have to do here to this next pitch I'm going to see, take a practice swing, and then I get in and I tap the plate the same time every way. And that's kind of my cue for like, all right, it's time to go. It's time to battle.
What was your biggest game output-wise? Homers, RBI, anything special like a 3-homer game somewhere?
So when I was younger, I had a lot more of those than I could admit that I had now. When I was 12 years old, I think I hit 4 home runs in a game one time. I don't really remember how many RBIs I had, but that was probably my most. I mean, the most I've had in professional baseball was 2 home runs in a game. So I don't exactly remember that either. I mean, I think play so many baseball games, not as many. Those ones don't stand out as much. But like I said, when I was younger, I can definitely say I had more of those.
All right. Tim F. asks, who is the toughest pitcher that you have faced in your career so far?
Ooh. So that probably, honestly, DL Hall from the Orioles has been my toughest at-bats of my career. He has struck me out, I think, every time I faced him. He's a lefty with the Orioles. He was in high A last year, runs his fastball up to 100 and is effectively wild and has one of the most disgusting curveballs I've ever seen.
How can folks follow you on social media, Nolan?
Yeah, I have Instagram, and my Instagram and Twitter, Nolan_Jones10. Those are my handles on Instagram and Twitter. I try as much as I can to keep people up to date on what's going on in my life. And I know a lot of people, a lot of fans like to see what's going on and how we're staying occupied during this. So I do as much as I can to give my input on that stuff and kind of keep up with all the fans and their messages.
Back to the hockey a little bit. George M. wants to know your favorite hockey player growing up and now.
So my favorite hockey player growing up was Eric Lindros. I loved Eric Lindros. I loved John LeClair too. Those are my 2 favorite Flyers. I loved both of those guys. And then my favorite hockey player now, I mean, I guess I have to say my brother. He would probably be upset if I didn't. But my favorite hockey player in the NHL is Wayne Simmons. I love the way Wayne Simmons plays the game. I mean, I think when he was on the Flyers, I loved watching him play, do absolutely anything and put his body in like the most painful situations possible to help the team. I loved watching him play.
How about the funniest teammate you've ever had?
The funniest teammate I've ever had would probably be Angulo. That guy he's a clown. He did a nice little routine for us before every game. He had a nice, I don't even know, it was a dancing, like stretching kind of workout routine that he would turn on some music and do before every game in the locker room. He'd throw on a headband. Everyone would just be sitting in their chairs and he'd get up and start doing his little workout. And I thought it was hilarious. So I definitely think he is one of the funniest teammates I've ever had.
Scott L. wants to know, do you collect anything, Nolan?
I guess I could say I do. I kind of collect cool things throughout the minor leagues. I have every hat that I've ever worn in the minor leagues, a baseball from every league, which is pretty cool. I collect my Mother's Day bats. I have pink Mother's Day bats, so they all go to Mama. She gets my Mother's Day bats every year. I collect some things like that. I'm not big into like cards or anything of that. When I was younger, I used to send out some cards to try to get signed and stuff like that, but I'm not really into collecting at this point of my life.
How much have your parents been able to see you play so far in your minor league career?
Yeah, so I'm actually extremely fortunate. My parents sacrificed their entire lives. and they completely revolve around mine and my siblings' sports. So my parents have gotten to see me play way more times than I could count and even ask for. I've been super lucky. They travel to all the cool cities to see me play. My brother's gotten to travel a lot to see me play. My younger siblings come with my parents when they come. So my whole family is very supportive and has been very supportive through all of this. So they've gotten to see me play in a lot of cool places.
Now, I know sports is big for you and your family, but if you can just imagine you weren't playing sports for a career, what would you be doing?
I don't know, honestly. I think I would try to be, maybe I'd try to be like a doctor. I think I'd try to be a doctor. I mean, I like to help people. Maybe my sister wants to be a pediatrician, and it's actually kind of caught my eye a little bit recently, listening to her talk about it. So potentially that, but I really haven't thought about the no sports job thing.
Well, Nolan, again, we really appreciate your time joining us on this Q&A Around the Pond presented by First Energy.
Nolan, great job and best of luck. Maybe Akron, maybe Columbus, but hopefully somewhere before this summer is over with. Good luck and great job tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me. Hope to see you guys soon.
That was Indians third base prospect Nolan Jones, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Papa John's and Howard Hanna, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. Stay tuned, because after the break, we'll talk about the upcoming baseball camp at Canal Park with Roy Jacobs from the Akron RubberDucks front office.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
There aren't many things in life that are easy. There's easy listening music, easy chairs, easy money. But did you know that you can enjoy all three while getting rid of your old energy-wasting refrigerator? You can schedule a pickup without moving from your easy chair. We'll haul it away and even pay you for it. So go ahead, take it easy, and let us take it from here. First Energy's Ohio Utilities will pick up your fridge, and you'll get $50. Just visit EnergySaveOhio.com to schedule a pickup. Now that's easy.
What's better than a good steak? A great steak at a great value in a fun place. Texas Roadhouse. From fall off the bone ribs to made from scratch sides, we've got something for everybody. Great steak at a great value. Texas Roadhouse. Located at 4310 Lake Point Corporate Drive in Stowe, and now offering drive-through, carry-out, and curbside service. Visit texasroadhouse.alohaorderonline.com or call 330-920-9844.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires deliver a clutch performance that won't leave you stranded on the side of a rural road or a busy highway. They're engineered to take a puncture and to keep running up to 50 miles after a flat at 50 miles an hour. Plus, you'll get the smooth, quiet ride and impressive tread wear life you've come to expect from Bridgestone tires. Let the clutch performance of Bridgestone Drive Guard tires give you peace of mind. Bridgestone, proud sponsor of the Akron RubberDucks.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable, we're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
No savvy traveler likes long lines or waiting around. So, lucky for you, the Akron-Canton Airport is easy and fast. With affordable on-site parking, quick check-in, and short security lines, you'll be through the airport in just minutes. CAK gives you more freedom to enjoy the things you love, like vacationing. With low fares to 11 nonstop destinations and just one stop to the world. Book your next adventure from CAK.
Rubber Ducks fans, check out City Barbecue in Fairlawn for the best barbecue in town.
I gotta tell you, City Barbecue is the best smoked meats I've ever experienced in my life.
Literally the best beef brisket sandwich I've ever had.
Definitely the best barbecue I've ever had.
My best all-around barbecue experience ever.
Best barbecue around.
Some of the best barbecue I've personally tasted.
I highly recommend this spot for some of the best BBQ you'll ever have.
Visit citybarbecue.com or stop by 2870 West Market Street in Fairlawn.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
This is At Home with the Rubber Ducks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line. Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for Rubber Ducks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanabe. And this portion of At Home with the Rubber Ducks is brought to you in part by Visit Jacksonville and Diamond Deli. In the lineup presenting Rubber Ducks baseball. And on At Home with the Rubber Ducks, we are talking with Roy Jacobs. He is the Senior Manager of Amateur Baseball Development and Group Sales and Service for the Rubber Ducks at Canal Park. And we're talking with Roy about the upcoming baseball camp to happen at Canal Park. And Roy, we know coming up Monday, July 6th, that week. Tell us what's happening with baseball camp.
Thank you, Marco, for having me. I appreciate it. Baseball camp this year is a little different than we've done in the past. So we usually have a 3-day camp for the younger kids, 5 to 12, and then we have a 1-day camps for our older kids. This year with COVID-19, we made some changes to the camps originally, and we are going with a 5-day camp this year. We're focusing on every aspect of the game, from offensive and defense, pitching, catching, to hitting and bunting. One thing that stuck out to me about this year is I know a lot of youth leagues in the area had canceled their season. So I sat down with our upper management and I said, hey, I want to go through with this camp and I really want to bring baseball back. I know this has been a rough year with everything going on. So I know kids are missing baseball dearly. So I figured the best way to get them back into the groove is having a camp at Canal Park.
We know that the priority is safety for everybody at this point, and folks thinking about bringing their kids to baseball camp. How is it being adapted this year to make sure that everyone stays safe?
Yes, so we are actually keeping our 5-day camp to a 50-participant max. 50 kids will give us enough spacing and everything like that to be able to follow all CDC guidelines for this year.
And what will be the cost? You mentioned it's a 5-day camp. How much time are they spending here, and what is all included in that?
So with the camp, it's 5 days. It's Monday through Friday. It is $200. We consider that $40 a day, and they will be here from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Drop-offs around 8:30-ish, and then right at 12, we will be serving lunch. It might be a grab bag, depending on CDC if they open up anything at this the July deadline. But it could be a grab bag or an opportunity to eat at Canal Park.
There's talk about equipment and sharing items, that sort of thing. What do people need to be ready to bring with them to baseball camp?
Oh, that's a great question. So the way that I'm going to set it up is I will be sending an email out probably after the announcement, July 1st or July 2nd. It will be a welcome to baseball camp email. It will have all the details. I'm going to break it down to 2 offensive days, 2 defensive days, and then a day of testing and competition. So on offensive day, they just need their bats, their batting helmets, and their batting gloves. And then on defensive days, they will just need their glove to come to the camp.
And I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. Because the Rubber Duck season still does not have a start date, it's not going to be Rubber Ducks players as it has been in years past. So who is it that's going to be working with the campers?
So with COVID-19 and the MLB and MILB not playing at the current moment, we are actually going to use local high school and college coaches to help with the different stations during camp this year.
And Roy, I know you've been working hard to make these very special experiences. What sort of added value is there going to be for campers this year that might not have been an opportunity in the past?
Yeah, so Marco, I've looked at different ways to make our camps above and beyond. So on that testing day, competition day, we're going to get the kids their exit velocity. It's a big key right now in the recruiting world. Understanding these kids are young and everything, but it's a great idea to have your exit velocity. Even if it's a low number, at least it gives you the idea what you need to work on and everything like that. I also have Blast and Diamond Kinetics, which gives you the matrix of the swing. We will probably hook them up to the kids and just give them an idea of where they stand nationally and everything like that. So those are different things that we're going to put into this camp this year, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, that sounds like a great opportunity to introduce the kids to some tools that really are in recent development all the way up to the professional levels. The familiarity with these tools will pay off for them down the line.
Yeah, so ideally, the way I look at it is right now the matrix of the swing and pitching velocity and exit velocity on hitting and all that are the key things for scouting at every level. So to be scouted for a travel baseball team during the summer at the different ages, or for your own college and pro, are all getting these matrix and these evaluations done. So I figured we start it young, give them an idea where they're at, so things that they can work on to improve their game to have that opportunity one day.
And Roy, of course, we know Monday, July 6th, that's going to be the day to start this baseball camp. If people want to know more, if they want to sign up, how do they go about doing so?
Me being the camp director for this event, you can call me on my direct line. My number is 330-375-1706. To email me, it's rjacobs, RJACOBS, at akronrubberducks.com.
Well, Roy, we really appreciate your efforts to give kids a great experience this summer with baseball camp at Canal Park. Thanks so much for spending some time at home with the RubberDucks.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to the event, and I hope to see as many youngsters as the 50 lets me come on July 6th.
Thank you to Roy Jacobs for joining us, as well as RubberDucks Director of Premium Experience Sam Dankoff and Cleveland Indians prospect Nolan Jones. Tune in next Sunday evening at 6 o'clock for another episode of At Home with the RubberDucks. We'll bring these to you every week until the RubberDucks 2020 season begins. For Jim Clark, I'm Marco Lanave. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Thanks for listening to At Home with the RubberDucks. To listen to previous shows or for more RubberDucks baseball, follow the Akron RubberDucks podcast on the iHeartRadio app. For the latest on the team, go to akronrubberducks.com and follow the Akron RubberDucks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.